Kelsey Plum, I've been treated better than I've ever been as a WNBA player. Which is, that's not an ideal one. It's not an ideal thing to hear from a player from their previous franchise, especially if you're the Aces, who are seen as like the gold standard for WNBA franchises.
Kelsey Plum just dropped a truth bomb, and the Las Vegas Aces might need a timeout for this one. She's calling out the squad, and A'ja Wilson better buckle up because the tea is scorching. From favoritism to behind-the-scenes drama, Plum isn't holding back, and we're here for all of it. Did the Aces forget she's the real MVP? Grab your popcorn, because this WNBA drama is juicier than a halftime snack.
I don't want to talk about Kelsey Plum. She just did an interview, okay, and she is very much excited. Scratch that, she is ecstatic to be at LA Sparks, and she's talking about how this is the best treatment she's received as a WNBA player.
Kelsey Plum really just said, "I've been treated better than I've ever been as a WNBA player." And honestly, the shade is so thick you could use it as SPF 100. And guess what? This came right after A'ja Wilson basically said her old teammates weren't championship material. Oh, so now they weren't championship material? But weren't y'all just lifting trophies together?
Let's get to this. No, this is damning. It really is. I gotta tell you. You see this quote. Quote, "It wasn't a championship locker room." Wow. Wow. Okay. Interesting. Holy smokes.
This drama is so hot, the Las Vegas Aces might actually burn down before next season starts. And at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if Kelsey pulls up to her next game with a margarita in one hand and a Good Vibes Only t-shirt on. Listen, when a player leaves a team and immediately starts talking about how much better life is, that means one thing. Somebody over there was moving mad. And by somebody, I mean A'ja Wilson and her championship dictatorship.
What is going on in Vegas? Now, A'ja Wilson has definitely had drama of her own going back with these old tweets, which I'm not going to go down that storyline. But there has been rumblings that basically, Kelsey Plum wanted to get the hell away from them. Meaning Becky Hammond and A'ja Wilson. And I'm here to tell you guys, it is looking like that way because none other than Kelsey Plum actually fired shots at the Las Vegas Aces in her opening press conference interview.
Well, A'ja Wilson was the face of the Aces, the poster girl, the main character. Meanwhile, Kelsey Plum was out here putting in work, dropping buckets, running the offense, and making defenders question their entire life choices. But did she get the same shine? Nope. A'ja Wilson was out here hogging the spotlight like a toddler who just learned the word mine. But now that Kelsey's gone, suddenly A'ja Wilson is talking about how the locker room wasn't championship enough? Ma'am, you all literally won a championship. Twice. What exactly was the problem? Did Kelsey breathe too loud? Did she refuse to laugh at your corny jokes? What was it?
Some seem to think that Plum may be taking a subliminal shot at her former franchise, while others just think she's trying to pay homage to what the Sparks have provided for her at this point. The rest of Plum's quote after the sentence wrote, "It's been first class. This league is going to continue to grow. I know that this franchise is extremely valuing how to support players in any way that they can. I'm excited to be a part of the new wave and will be able to show players LA is the place you want to play."
Because right now, it's looking like A'ja Wilson thought she was assembling the Avengers, but it turns out she was the villain the whole time. And let's talk about Kelsey's glow-up real quick. You ever see somebody leave a situation and immediately start thriving? Like when your friend leaves a toxic relationship and suddenly their skin clears up, they get a promotion, and their ex starts posting sad song lyrics on Instagram? That's Kelsey Plum right now. She left the Aces, and now she's out here living her best life, probably sipping mimosas at practice while getting foot massages. She went from sidekick to superstar, from overlooked to overbooked. And what about A'ja? Well, the Aces are looking a little shaky right now. The dynasty that everybody was hyping up? More like a reality show with too much drama and not enough wins. It's giving Real Housewives of the WNBA.
They were seen as the top team in the entirety of WNBA. They were seen as the best organization, they had the best facilities, and the team that treated their players the best. Then obviously we just saw the situation that happened with like the Erica Hamby, which wasn't ideal, which obviously was not ideal in any way, the Hamby situation. And as well as the Erica Hamby situation, we saw just weird stuff going on. We're seeing a mass exodus of players. Kelsey Plum gone.
Meanwhile, Asia Wilson is sitting in the middle of all this like, wait, am I the drama? Yes, Asia. You just might be. I mean, Kelsey Plum ain't even mad about it. She's too busy enjoying her new life. While Asia is out here throwing subs, Kelsey's out here living like the protagonist of a Netflix rom-com. She's probably about to get a Wheaties box and a reality show. And honestly, she deserves it. Because if there's one thing we've learned, it's that the WNBA is like high school. There's always drama. There's always a queen bee. And at the end of the day, the real winners are the ones who leave and level up.
As they fell to the New York Liberty in the semifinals, in an interview with Callie Finn of the Las Vegas Review-Journal on Monday, Wilson acknowledged that her team, quote, fell short of their goal. Quote, it wasn't a championship locker room, Wilson said. I mean, out of the gate, going into training camp, I was like, we ain't got it. Wow. Okay.
Now, the funniest part, Asia Wilson wants to act brand new. First, she's out here praising her teammates like they're the best thing since sliced bread. And now she's saying, out the gate, I was like, we ain't got it. Ma'am, what? So, were you lying back then, or are you lying now? Because the math ain't solving. And let's not forget, Asia Wilson really called Kelsey Plum privileged. Oh, so now she's privileged. When Kelsey was out there running the offense, dropping dimes, and scoring like her paycheck depended on it, nobody was calling her privileged. But the moment she leaves, suddenly she's Becky from the suburbs? Somebody grab the popcorn, because this drama is better than any reality show on TV right now. Because Asia Wilson has been playing both sides of the fence like she's in the WNBA and the NBA at the same time. 1 minute, she's all about team chemistry, talking about how much she loves her squad. Oh, we're like family. Oh, my teammates are amazing. Oh, we have the best locker room vibes. Fast forward to today, and now she's like, yeah, I knew from day one we weren't built for this. Huh?
You're trying to bring Look at me, it's you.
I mean, I put myself out there on the front because I don't want my teammates, here I go about to cry because I love them so much. It's hard. It's really, really hard. And I don't even know why I'm crying. But I love my teammates so much that I will take.
So, let me get this straight. You won championships with these people? You smiled in their faces? You gave motivational speeches about how much you believed in them? And now you're telling us you never believed in them? Make it make sense, girl. And let's be real, calling Kelsey Plum privileged is wild when she was out there working just as hard, if not harder, than everybody else. Like, did Kelsey get some VIP treatment we don't know about? Did she have a separate locker room with a hot tub and a personal chef? Because last I checked, she was grinding like the rest of the team. Meanwhile, Asia's out here switching up her story more times than a politician during election season. 1 minute, she's the team's biggest cheerleader, and the next, she's acting like she knew the Titanic was sinking before it even left the dock. At this point, she's gaslighting the entire WNBA fan base. We got receipts, Asia. We saw the press conferences, we heard the interviews. You can't just change the narrative like we don't have evidence of you hyping up your teammates.
Us as black women, Paige reminds me a lot of you. Like, you say you're not really about me. And she knows how her privilege has gotten her to that point. And also, like, she's good at basketball, obviously. But, like, she understands her privilege. It's like what pushes her over the top, in a sense.
Now, at this point, the Las Vegas Aces are less of a dynasty and more of a sinking ship with Asia Wilson running around blaming everybody but herself. No wonder players are leaving like it's the last day of school before summer break. However, Kelsey Plum just signed with the Sparks, and she's already out here thriving, and she hasn't even played a game yet. That's how you know she wanted out bad. The ink on her contract was probably still wet when she started posting "I've never been happier" energy on social media. Now, one aspect about Asia that smells so bad, when it doesn't go her way, suddenly it's everybody else's fault. Like clockwork. When the Aces were winning, it was all, "We're a family! Best team ever! Love my squad!" But the second things got rocky. Asia hit us with the, "Actually, my teammates weren't championship material."
Wasn't a championship locker room. Now, in case you're wondering, I mean, they've lost a bunch of players in a variety of ways. Alicia Clark, gone, out of there. Kate Martin, Tiffany Hayes, they went to the Valkyrie. Sydney Colson went to the Indiana Fever. And Kelsey Plum is gone.
Let's be real. Nobody wants to leave a back-to-back championship team unless something behind the scenes is seriously off. And judging by the number of players running for the exit, that locker room must be toxic. Kelsey Plum didn't just leave. She escaped. She pulled a full Shawshank Redemption to get out of there. And now she's with the Sparks, posting "life is amazing" energy like she just left a bad relationship and finally found a man who texts back. Meanwhile, back in Las Vegas, Asia is probably looking around wondering why her dynasty is falling apart like a dollar store puzzle. Spoiler alert. It might have something to do with her pointing fingers instead of taking responsibility. I mean, taking responsibility is the virtue of a true leader and team player. But Asia Wilson lacks that, obviously. And the thing is, this isn't just about Kelsey. Other players have left, and guess what? They're thriving too. There's a pattern here, and the common denominator is not them. At this rate, the Aces are about to be a one-woman show with Asia Wilson out there playing 1 versus 5, blaming her teammates mid-game like, "See, this is why we're not winning."
You know, like Coach said and Reagan said, like, we're here to compete. So there's expectations to win right away. And I know for me, there is a level of intensity and work ethic that I do bring to the table, but really just I'm grateful for this opportunity to show that being one of the best players in the world and just taking this franchise back to where it's been and where it will continue to go. So again, I just want to thank ownership support, and really just means a lot that everyone's here, and it's a new day in LA, so we're gonna hoop.
However, Aces fans are in shambles right now. They don't know what to do. Their beloved team is falling apart faster than a $5 umbrella in a hurricane. Players are leaving. The drama is nonstop. And now, the Fever snatched up Sydney Colson. Another veteran gone. Another piece of the so-called dynasty out the door. Aces fans are out here pacing their living rooms like, "Wait, we are still celebrating our back-to-back championship. What happened?" I'll tell you what happened. Everybody woke up and realized that maybe, just maybe, playing for the Aces is like being on a reality show you didn't sign up for. And now? The Fever are out here casually picking up pieces of the Aces like they're shopping at a clearance sale. First, Kelsey Plum escapes. Now Sydney Colson dips. Who's next? The mascot.
And I'll be damned if they didn't go get Sid. Ah! They went up and snatched Sid Colson from the Aces. She is 100% vibes. She is 100% going to be a backup for Caitlyn. It's going to be fantastic backup.
They've been talking spicy all year, flexing their back-to-back championships like they were invincible. And now? Now they're sitting in group chats, crying real tears, trying to figure out why everybody is leaving them like a bad breakup.
What do you mean Sydney Colson is joining the Indiana Fever? What does that mean? Indiana is just being so fucking greedy right now. They took DB. They took Natasha. Now they got Sydney Colson. Like, why would they take Sydney from us?
And let's be honest, Sydney Colson going to the Fever just makes it funnier. This woman was the heart and soul of the locker room, the good vibes ambassador, the Aces official comedian. And now she's gone? Oh, it's over. That locker room is about to be as dry as unseasoned chicken. Meanwhile, Fever fans are over here thriving. They already had Caitlin Clark selling out arena, Aaliyah Boston balling out, Sophie Cunningham the projection goddess, Dawana Bonner, the powerhouse mistress, and now they add Sydney Colson to bring that veteran presence and Aces championship experience. Fever fans are sipping tea and watching the chaos unfold like, oh, y'all thought y'all were the only ones allowed to win.
Is a championship caliber team, and every edition it gets better and better and better. Sid Colson, welcome to Indiana, man. Yes, girl.
Aces fans are down bad. They're on Twitter trying to gaslight themselves into believing they're still the favorites. Oh, we don't need Sydney. We're still good. Yeah? That's what y'all said about Kelsey, too. And half the roster that's now thriving elsewhere. At this rate, the Aces are going to show up next season with just Asia Wilson and a bunch of cardboard cutouts of her former teammates. She's going to be running 1v5 every night, looking around like, damn, where did everybody go? So, Aces fans, what's the game plan? Y'all still talking big, or are you finally realizing the dynasty is crumbling? Well, if they don't fix whatever is going on behind the scenes, they're going to go from WNBA powerhouse to where did everybody go? Real quick, and it's already happening. And as for Kelsey, she's probably sipping a smoothie right now, watching all this drama unfold and thanking the basketball gods that she got out in time. Either way, the Aces' downfall is crazy. If you enjoyed, like and subscribe, more videos are on screen now.